2023 became the first unprofitable year for Gazprom in 25 years. The company's net financial losses amount to $7 billion. Analyzing the reports of the gas monopolist based on the results of last year, Financial Times experts came to the conclusion that by 2035 the company will be able to export only a third of the pre-war volume of gas. In addition to declining exports, Gazprom was also faced with the deterioration of its energy infrastructure. Its repair depends on Western components, which are subject to serious restrictions. The publication believes that all this will lead to the fact that the company will stop financing the Russian state budget and will itself need subsidies.
The company, according to Kennedy, is pleading for Moscow to liberalize domestic gas prices or write us a big check and stop taxing us. Stop looking for us to fund the government. The government needs to support us. Craig Kennedy, scientist at Harvard University, energy market expert, in a comment to the Financial Times.
The decline in Gazprom's profits is primarily due to the refusal of European countries to purchase Russian gas. The EU information campaign aimed at reducing dependence on Russian energy resources has led to a drop in the Russian Federation's share in the European market from 40% in 2021 to 8% in 2023. The European Union plans to completely phase out Russian gas by 2027. Not the least role in this will be played by the closure of the pipeline passing through the territory of Ukraine and supplying gas to Europe. On December 31st, 2024, the transit contract between Moscow and Kiev is coming to an end.
The European gas transportation network is sufficiently developed to satisfy everyone by the end of the year. After the gas transportation contract ends, yes, it will be significantly more expensive than Russian gas because initially there was a price that was much more favorable from Russia for these countries. But there will definitely be no global resource shortage, economic shutdown or freezing of Europe, as Russia likes to demonstrate in its videos.
After being forced out of the European market, Moscow had high hopes for China. China imports about 23 billion cubic meters of gas annually, but this is only a ninth of pre-war Russian exports to Europe. The Kremlin is actively negotiating to increase supplies, but Beijing is not interested in giving too much of its market share to Russia. Also, the PRC insists on reducing the price despite the fact that it is already a third lower than the European one. In addition, Russia is increasing gas cooperation with Iran for further exports to India and Pakistan, but experts say that the Kremlin will not receive much benefit from this.
All countries in this region are very good at bargaining, and knowing the situation in Russia, I am more than sure that the conditions that Iran can agree to will not please the Russians very much. Plus the transfer, then further transportation of this gas to India is a very long process in a region that is actually very unstable. Therefore, I think this process will not be successful.
Russia wants to compensate for the decrease in supplies via pipelines by supplying gas by sea. In 2023, the Russian Federation exported 33 million tons of LNG. The Federation plans to increase this figure to 56 million by 2027. In November 2023, the United States imposed restrictions on a number of companies and vessels involved in Russian LNG projects. Later in the 14th sanctioned package, the European Union banned the use of EU facilities for transshipment of Russian LNG to third countries. Analysts argue that this will not delay crushing blow to the industry, but will reduce the significant revenues that Russia receives from the sale and transportation of LNG. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Andriy Dmitrenko, UATV News.